Hi, I'm Rob Kissick. I'm from Vineyard Church Cardiff. Back in May last year, I attended the Kingdom Pursuit conference with my arm in a sling, unfortunately, because I had an accident earlier in the week playing football. After the conference, we went out to the pub with a few guys and some of the girls from the church. And during the course of the evening, the girls were talking about the fact that one of them had been healed during the service and during the conference. They overheard by a couple of guys in the pub called Lewis and Lloyd. That sparked a conversation with the two guys about kind of how can people get healed. That kind of drew my attention in the pub, and I went over to them and started talking to them. And Lloyd kind of quite candidly said to me, well, how come you were at the conference and you weren't healed? And I said, well, actually on the Friday night I was prayed for and by one of the guys, and my arm did improve, my shoulder improved, but it's still kind of, I didn't have full movement and it was still really painful. So one of the other guys Mark said, well, Lloyd, you know, we believe that Jesus heals and the Holy Spirit is here today and works today, so would you like to pray for Rob and see if we can, you know, if his shoulder gets healed? And Lloyd kind of said, well, I'm an atheist, so I'm not really sure about this, but okay. So Mark took him through basically a prayer and got him to lay hands on my shoulder and took him through a prayer praying for healing. And as he laid hands and as he prayed, I just felt this kind of warmth in my shoulder and this easing of kind of the muscles in my shoulder, to the point where before not being able to lift my arm above my shoulder, I suddenly could do kind of windmills completely pain-free. As a result of that, Lloyd then said, well, actually I've got a pain in my shoulder. Could you pray for me? So I prayed for him. And Lloyd said, well, I won't know until the morning whether or not it's better, because it's only really painful in the mornings, but kind of, you know, I'll see. But what sparked from that was then basically a 45-minute conversation about how amazing Jesus is, the fact that Jesus is not some historical figure that kind of lived and died 2,000 years ago, but actually is real and wants to know us, and through the Holy Spirit that we can know Jesus, we can know God, and we can experience the power of God today. It was really just a phenomenal opportunity that God just broke through in that completely normal way to just reach out to those two guys in the pub. And so what I found was incredible from it was not just the fact that I was healed, but also the fact that actually the courage of Mark and the courage of the girls at the table talking to these guys actually gave me the courage to step out, and as part of a community, how when we see others responding in courage and showing courage, we are then led to show courage as well. And that's been fantastically helpful for me stepping out in my faith.